Okay, everybody, David Skarika here. So this is a conservation area. It's near a waterfall called Webster's Falls. So that house I show you, my dad stays in, is literally 5 minutes around the corner. Again, part of the reason the property price is so expensive, because this is your backyard, and this is packed from people from Burlington. No, sorry, from Mississauga, Brampton, all these places. So this little thing in here, we used to play hockey in here when we were kids. Like we would make the end pieces, the nets. And we would play like ball hockey in there, and then we'd come up here and play football. You'll see there's a river up here, and yeah, basically that's it. So this is kind of where I grew up and stuff. And yeah, so like I said, now they actually charge you. That's why I come in a week. I refuse to pay. I'm like, I grew up here. I've been to this thing 1,000 times. There's no way in hell I'm paying to come here now, because they decided to fleece a bunch of people who live in urban sprawl in Brampton and Mississauga and Toronto. So anyhow, there you go. Anyhow, this is the river here, or the creek. This leads to the waterfall. Over here. So this is the same river that I showed you runs back through my dad's place. So anyhow, so we're gonna go over to the waterfall now. So yeah, and they have all these new rules too. Like there used to be this path and you could actually go down, and there's these little natural things that form near the waterfall. Like I don't know if you want to call them pools or whatever, but you used to go down there and swim around in them. And when the waterfall was kind of had light pressure, you would just go and under the waterfall and let the water hit you and stuff. But they've cut all that off now. You can't even walk down there. I think me and my friend, I guess about 10 years ago, actually me and Colin, the CEO of Vatican and Newfound Gold, we jumped over this thing and walked down there. He was yeah, so we didn't care. So we're here. You'll see this is really nice. Actually, it's kind of nicer in the winter. Obviously the weather's not nicer. This is beautiful today. This is like 25, 26. Beautiful, perfect day. Yeah, so you used to be able to, this is a path. You used to be able to go down there, and now you can't. You have to do whatever. So, anyhow, you see right here, it's called Webster's Falls Park. One thing I guess I've been really lucky or blessed in my life, or want to say, is, I've always lived in there's always the fall. You can see the fall here. It's an escarpment. Yeah, you can be able to walk up to that thing. Yeah, but we used to stay there, and you can kind of see from here down there. Yeah, we could swim around in those things. Yeah, it's beautiful. So yeah, actually a lot of times these icicle things kind of come down in the winter, and it looks really pretty, even though the weather's not good. But anyhow, so yeah, I grew up, this is basically, like I said, almost in my backyard growing up, So, and I don't know how many, I think I do have subscribers in Southern Ontario. Definitely worth coming down here, especially if you're someone who's retired or like me, just works out of their homes. You want to come during the week when the tourists, you can see there was nobody here. So yeah, there was a guy behind me, and I told him, yeah, you can just go in. Don't pay for that. So, and actually every once in a while somebody screws around, doesn't fall off the edge, but falls down, and you hear ambulances and stuff. So anyhow, just wanted to show you this. Yeah, just people think, because a lot of people know Southern Ontario is Toronto, Brampton, Mississauga, all those kind of urban sprawl, really ugly areas. You can see there's some really beautiful, nice areas. So, like I said, coming between here and Eleuthera is a pretty good deal, So, yeah, you can kind of see the little lake thing down there. So yeah, what we're going to talk about today, Fed meeting. I'll be putting this out Wednesday morning of the Fed meeting. I guess what I'll do, I didn't put a chart up yesterday. I'll put a chart up today. I'm going to put up a chart of the 10-year bond. So I want to show you the 10-year bond. I think it's really interesting because there's a 60-40 chance roughly of the Fed doing half a point. But the 10-year bond is like 360. So when you have the short-year bond, and by the way, actually, no, that's not what I'm going to do. What I'm going to put up is the 2-year to 10-year. Sorry. Let's do the yield inversion. So And this chart will go back longer term. So this goes back even further, but you can see when the 2-year goes negative and then crosses and goes back positive yield, what we're going to see is oh, you know what? I'm going to walk up there and do that from go over there too. So anyhow, yeah, what we're going to see is that when it goes to positive yield or whatever, we almost always have a recession. Actually, the 3 times you can see, or 4 times, this is the 4th, but the past 3 times you can see since 1990, the early 90s, 2001, 2008 were all recessions. And it kind of didn't quite go negative in 2020, but it was pretty close, right? So we're almost definitely going to have, a recession, in my opinion. And we were like longer inverted than ever before. You can see it's pretty nice from up here too. So yeah, anyhow, there you go. So yeah, so I'm gonna just put the 2-year to the 10-year. And I think, obviously the Fed is going to cut, which means the 2-year yield will start coming down. So what could happen is, I think the 2-year will now come down faster than the 10-year. So let's say they cut the 2-year to 3% or 250. The 10-year will probably not really go below, 3%. So, or 3, or even much lower than it is now. Let's say they cut to 2%. They're able to get it that low. 10-year probably won't go below 3, and then you have about 100% or 100 basis points. Sorry. So anyhow, I thought I'd show you. This is really beautiful here, like a kind of that moss kind of stuff. So anyhow, just wanted to show you this. And yeah, so the 2-year, 10-year inverting. Now coming up positive, almost always happens during recessions, So, and there you go. And this again, kind of where I grew up. So, and by the way, I know I got a few. I remember I had a subscriber in Dundas, and when I'm here, drop me an email if you want to meet up. There's a couple nice little bars in Dundas. If you want to meet up for a beer or something like that, you're more than welcome. If you want to come down from Toronto, Actually, the guy I work for, Dollar Collapse, I should tell Mark to come down here. He always wants me to come up to Toronto. Hey, Mark. Why the hell would I want to go to Toronto? You should come down here. Okay? Bye.